You guys, we're back at it today, getting some work done. We got a lot done today, and we're still getting a lot more done today. So my buddy Joe in the background, he came to give a hand again. So as you can tell, the truck's back together for the most part. The rear is completely done, okay? I'm rolling right into this video live, no cuts. The rear is done, new blocks are in. Let y'all get a sneak peek of that. Airbags still were able to get hooked back up. You can see that side over there, new U-bolts. Well, not new, but the U-bolts that came with the kit. I ended up having to cut off the shanks because they were kind of long, but the rear went together this morning super quick. All right, now if you're looking over here, we have the transfer case out. Really wasn't that bad. The hardest part was taking the drive shaft hardware off because, well, by looking at it, you can tell this sucker was, it was on there pretty good. But we got that off. There's only 6 nuts that hold your transfer case on. So 6 nuts, rock it back, shake it, shimmy it, she pops out. So we got transfer case out. Now you come back here, and this is all for the purpose of the index ring kit, okay? We got drive shaft off, back side of the transmission, looks pretty good. All gutted out, drive shafts on the floor over there. Probably gonna be leaving the drive shaft out because we're probably gonna end up polishing it to get it polished up to look good, you know what I'm saying? So right now what we're about to do is grab the instructions, and this is the part where we get the rings. So this right here is your clocking ring, and that is your drive shaft spacer, okay? So this is going to clock your transfer case down, I don't know, a couple of degrees. It's going to clock it down a little bit, and then your drive shaft spacer is going to shorten, push your drive shaft in. So that way the drive shaft is nice and happy, because right there you got that, I don't even know what they call it, some sort of yoke that can extend in and out. So we want to keep that happy. We want to keep drive shaft angles happy, so that way it's not vibrating, making noise, making a mess. So we're going to read the instructions. Once we get this bad boy installed on this, we're going to go ahead and go from there. All right, you guys, so we got the T case out already, as I already said. So little nut trick. Okay, these 6 nuts, or these nuts are the nuts that come off of the 6 studs for the T case. All right, these are going to be Loctited in with red Loctite, so it's not going to come out easy. Take one nut, screw it on like that. Take the other one and screw it on backwards, and you'll be able to get it, because you can see he just set that one up right there, and now he's loosening the stud.
It's not tight.
Oh, it's not tight enough. Yeah, sometimes you got to tighten them together. When you spin them together, you got to crank down on those bad Larrys. And then, no, it's still spinning. Well, this one did it, but yeah, you can show it on that one. See the stud spinning? So if you're getting stuck with that, now you guys know the little. All right, you guys, so we went ahead, took all the studs off. We got all the studs off. We ended up having to use channel lock or vice grips because the 2 nut trick, the nut kept spinning the outboard nut, even though we would crank down on it as tight as possible. So we know shit just got some good quality. Get you some good quality vice grips, clamp down hard on that sucker, loosen it, and then they all come out. It takes a little longer, but it's safer than stripping it out or breaking it. So Joe's just running down all of these countersunk bolts. We just installed the clocking ring. So this is the ring that is going to reclock your transfer case down. So by clocking it down, it should bring that side down. Torque now, you go ahead and start torquing it. Torque's 35 foot-pounds. So you just torque it down, red Loctite, 35 foot-pounds, torque it down, and you should be good. All right, you guys, so today is the next day. Ended up getting everything back in yesterday. I just didn't I had to go do some stuff, so I wasn't able to finish filming the video yesterday. Index ring is back to get back in. Everything went smoothly. Index ring installation wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. I think it took us like an hour and a half total from starting to take it out to putting everything back in. I think it was about an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45 minutes. But yeah, it went good. It went real good. So I'm going to show you guys. So as of right now, because the lift kit is done, or the lift kit is technically installed right now, minus the shocks, everything, this is how the truck is going to sit, okay? So there's a couple things I'm looking, and I get my wheel well liners out the way, but my shocks aren't installed, so there's no point in putting those back in. So looking at the truck, and I have a measuring tape because I was measuring the front.
the front from the distance to the top, from the top of the wheel to the top of the wheel liner right there, it's about 17. It's actually not about, it's 17 and a quarter. Here, I'll show you guys real quick. Actually, I can do this side. So I measured from middle. One second, let me put you guys down so I can get the measure. Okay, where was I? All right, so middle of the wheel liner, from the top of the wheel to the fender, we're gonna get about 17 and, one second, make sure I get it good. 17 and I think it was a quarter. Yep, we get 17 and a quarter. I know it's hard to see. All right, we come to the back. It's not even at 14. We're at like, I don't know, I think we're at 13 and 5/8. Measuring it from the back, yeah, it's not even 14. It's 13, and that's going to be 13 and, make sure this tape measure is acting weird on my hand. 13 and 3/4. Okay, so we're sitting at about a 3.5 inch difference between the front and the rear. I could let it ride, but I'm not going to. Question for you guys, because I'm staring at it right now. Do you think the distance from that right there, that part of the wheel liner and that part of the wheel liner, are they parallel? I think they are parallel. I can't tell, but I think they are parallel. It's just, it's on an incline, so it makes it seem like this side's lower, plus that side's sitting lower in the back. So what I did was, last night I ordered a 2-inch add-a-leaf. It's supposed to add 2 inches of lift depending on your springs or your leaf packs. I did order that. Trying to determine if I want to do a 3-inch add-a-leaf. I think I'm gonna end up doing 3-inch add-a-leaf, because let's just say 17 in the front, 13 and a half in the rear. If I do 3 inches, it still won't be a full, it won't be flush with it. It'll have just a small little dip in it, which I'm 100% fine with. That doesn't bother me, you know what I'm saying? And then when I do that, slap the 40s on, it's gonna be good, you know what I'm saying? I can ride like this for a little bit and not be an issue, but eventually I'm gonna lift that rear up. But I'm probably gonna start looking for a 3-inch add-a-leaf pack, or maybe a 2.5 inch. I'm gonna try to find a 3-inch. I accidentally ordered a 2-inch last night on Amazon, but I think I'm gonna cancel that and see if I can find me a 3-inch add-a-leaf. Just because I want her sitting good. You know, I love the way this sits in the front. This front sits really good. So I want to keep that in the back. You know what I'm saying? If I told, you know, gooseneck, stuff like that, then yeah, I would leave it like that so I can fit it, but I don't, so I want all my lift. All right, so next I'm gonna show y'all is the index ring kit all installed. All right, you guys, so we got the index ring kit installed. That's not the index ring, that's the drive shaft spacer. Index ring kit, you really can't see it from here. Reason being is because where your cross member, where your T-case and transmission connect to, it's like dead smack, it's smack dab in the middle of the cross member. So maybe, let's see, you can see it a little bit. It's going to be real hard, but you can see those studs right there, okay? Those studs are the new index ring kit. It completely clocked. This drive shaft, this whole transfer case is clocked down. I still maintain clearance. The BDS kit works fine for me. I still maintain clearance between my cross member. I didn't have to do no grinding, no cutting, no nothing. And the drive shaft is happy because the angle it's at. So this used to not sit way down here. This used to sit like up here. Now it's clocked down, so it helps it out a little bit. Drive shaft is nice and happy. The boot's not all stretched out anymore. This is how it used to look before. I think this is how it looked like when I had my 5-inch lift on before I added spacers. So we're doing good. We have a nice straight drive shaft angle, so it's not no stress on the on my pinion on the front diff. So It's doing good. It's real hard to show. And then all you do, the drive shaft spacer you will receive, it just goes in there. You just undo the hardware. I put anti-seize in there because when I was taking it apart, it was pretty much seized together. So, you know, a lot of PB Blaster, got a pickle fork and went to town and broke it loose, and yeah. So everything's back in. I was gonna leave the drive shaft out because I was gonna sand it and polish it, but I'll do that another time. I got wires and stuff. I got some Rocklight wires I gotta finish buttoning up in here. But that's the index ring kit, you guys. The index ring kit is really not that hard. I was kind of not scared, but I was kind of like trying to research and see how to install it. But there's not really a video showing how to install it. But I'm gonna be honest with you, if you just follow the instructions that are given to you from like BD or whoever you get it from, you really can't go wrong. You really can't. It's really simple. People get scared because they have to take the drive shaft out, which is only 4 bolts. They have to take off their cross member, take off the T-case. The T-case, by the way, you know, as long as you're not weak, you can, when you wiggle the T-case off the transmission, you can rest it on your chest. I highly recommend a creeper. You get yourself a creeper like this. Recommend getting a creeper, and when you wiggle it, the T-case off, just rest it on your stomach, roll up from underneath the truck. If the truck's not lifted, or if the truck's lifted, you're good. If it's not lifted, then you might want to jack it up or get it on a lift somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Everything's looking good though, man. I'm so happy. Let me get up real quick and then I'll keep rolling. Yeah, everything went really, it's going good, man. I'm so happy. If anybody's wondering, no, I have not drove the truck yet at all since I started any of this. This truck has not drove for the last 3 weeks. I took one battery out, the other battery is dead. This truck, she's been sitting. I've been driving my Impala for the last couple weeks, so she's been sitting and stuff. I'm not in a rush, like I said in part 1 video, I'm not in a rush to get this truck on the road. I want to take my time, get everything right. I did install the long arm kits myself. I plan on taking it to the shop that did my transfer case, or not the shop that did my gearing. I'm gonna take it to them. I want them to kind of just go over it, make sure my long arm, my axles positioned correctly. If they need to tweak it or adjust it, I'm gonna let them do that just because, you know, they're professionals. That's what they do for a living. But I got it to the point where I can safely drive, you know, I can drive it safely. The first thing I gotta do once we get the truck running, or not running, but once we get everything back on, I'm gonna take it to get the long arms correctly tuned, alignment, and that's it really. Because we got new ball joints, new steering, everything's new in the front end. Everything is new on the front end except the track bar because it's still good. And as you guys know, I got the Ranette Ironworks track bar, which has worked fine for me. Another thing, so for the front, just remember, so for the front, I had a sway bar setup that I'm gonna be running. This one's shit because of myself, but this one's crap. So my man Kevin is making me another one. Long story short, I have the BD sway steering, like, god dang, steering brace kit. There we go. I got the BD steering brace kit. When I went to put the sway bar up against it, the bar right there, and I'm not afraid to admit it, I don't care. The bar was hitting it right there where it's all grinded down. So me being me, I was like, oh, well, let me just grind a little bit off and it should be good. No. Then I thought about it and I was like, wait a second. Sway bar drop brackets. And I had some. Like, I legitimately had some. And I was just like, you gotta be shitting me. So, long story short, got another sway bar on the way from Ranette Ironworks. My man Kevin's fabbing one up as we talk. Hopefully that'll be in middle, end of next week. If all goes good. But yeah, man, this where we sitting at, y'all. We sitting pretty. She's gonna be sick, man. It's gonna be sick. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Once this lift kit stuff is done, it's gonna be good. Also, just this morning before I came outside, I went ahead and went on prismaticpowders.com and ordered some powder coat for the compound setup. If you know what color I ordered, comment down below. I'll give you a hint, and half of you probably already saw it. If you follow Instagram, you know what color I'm doing, so go follow the Instagram, everything_diesel. But yeah, we got the compounds coming in. That's gonna be a legit. It's gonna be legit. I'm going to attempt to make a how-to-do video on that, meaning how to install a Smedin S3 or a Smedin compound setup, utilizing second-gen swap kit. So you're not using. So a lot of companies for these 6.7s and 5.9s, they'll sell compound kits, but it's really add a turbo kit. You're adding a turbo to your stock turbo. My setup is a legitimately, I guess you could say, true compound setup where it ain't shit stock on it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be doing the S366 and an S480, so she's gonna be pushing air, man. I know some of y'all out there were, saying be careful and stuff like that, but I've been doing a lot of research on it. You guys know me. I constantly research before I make an investment. Did a lot of research and stuff like that, so we're getting to it. We're gonna get it figured out. Definitely is going to be a safe truck. With that, my goals shifted a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So with the S472, I was gonna put on. By the way, it's sold too. So that's the S472 got sold. So anyways, with the S472, I was gonna be trying to shoot for like 750, maybe 800 horsepower. Probably not gonna do that no more. Why? Because the compound setups, at least on 6.7s, the rods don't really like. And thank you, Mike, for the comment. I saw it a couple videos ago. The 6.7s don't really like that type of torque, that low end torque. Apparently, the rods aren't happy with that. So for me on a compound setup, if I'm running 650 horsepower, maybe 700, which is safe to run on a compound setup on a 6.7, that's a reliable towing system. If I'm running 650, 700, I'm good there. I don't need more. Just because you got to think, driving characteristics between compound setups and let's say a big turbo with fuel are completely different. The big turbo with fuel is going to be your mid-high range power. Okay, meaning you're gonna have low end power because you add fuel, but it's not comparable to a compound setups. Compound setups are way more efficient, better EGTs, all that good stuff. You'll also have faster throttle response and stuff like that. So in my mind, yeah, I'm not making 750, 800 horsepower top end, but if I can get off the line faster, get up to speed faster, if I want to pass up somebody, I can hit it, go. With a compound setup at 650, 700 and be safe, that's a no-brainer. I do it all day, okay? So that's my intake on it. We will talk more about it when the kit comes in. My man Kevin over at Full Send Diesel gave a code to the channel. Everything Diesel saves you 10% on the channel. So that second-gen swap kit from Full Send Diesel, y'all saw that everybody's been blowing up on IG. If you want that kit, right now is the time because you got 10% discount using my code Everything Diesel on his website, fullsenddiesel.com. Okay. Also, he's in the process of getting his powder coat shop set up, which is sweet because with the powder coming in from Prismatic and with the turbos coming in from MBC Diesel, we should be sitting good, sitting pretty. Okay, so it's gonna be a good time, man. I can't wait for that powder coat to come in. Oh my God, man, it's gonna be good. I'm trying to think of something else I wanted to tell y'all, man. I can't think of it, but I'm sorry. It's the morning. I haven't had no type of caffeine yet, so I'm still kind of like trying to wake up and stuff like that. So, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I try to show you guys the key points and what you call it, the index ring kit install. There really wasn't a whole lot of key points. The biggest thing was how to take those studs out without breaking them off. I showed you guys with the double nut trick, or you can just get you some vice grips and cramp that thing down like a monkey wrench. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. I want to hear what you guys think about everything that's going to be happening with the compound setup. I did place the order for the setup yesterday, so it'll probably be about a week before it gets here because they got to build the kit up and all that stuff. It's all made in-house, USA, Texas. Like, it's not parts outsourced and stuff. All right, so until next time, you guys take it easy, be safe, and peace.